Hello everyone, this is James.
Hello everyone, this is Bella.
Yes, today we have a video to introduce our laser cutting machine. Today we may introduce three parts. The first is to introduce our laser cutting machine, and the next is to introduce the application and which industry can use the laser cutting machine. And the third is introduce our factory, like the after sales service and our factory workshop.
Yes.
So let's look at the first part. The first part also divided into three parts, two parts. The first is how to choose the model, and the second is to introduce our H series and HM series. Bella, do you know how if I want to use a laser cutting machine, can you introduce me a suitable model?
Okay. Firstly, it according to the customer's workpiece, the thickness, size, and materials.
Yes. If you want to use a laser cutting machine to cutting tube or plates,
Yes.
we need first we need we need to know the thickness of your workpiece,
Yes.
and the second is the thickness, and the second is the size of the workpiece. And like if I have a stainless steel is our workpiece, and the thickness is 5 millimeter. This time you can choose the SAL 3015 J series. This have a video to let's look at that. We can see this is about our 10,000 water to cut the stainless steel, and the stainless steel thickness is 16 millimeter. We can see the workpiece is the thickness is very high.
Yes.
This is finished workpiece. We can see the surface of the workpiece is very smooth.
Yes. And the accuracy is very high.
Yes. Let's look another video. This power also is 10,000 watt to, but this video should show our laser cutting machine to cut the carbon steel, and the thickness is 30 millimeter. We can see the workpiece also the thickness also very high.
Yes.
We can see the thickness maybe arrive about 30 millimeter. And another very important is the size of the workpiece. If our workpiece the size only have the length is 2,000 millimeter and the wide only have 1,000 millimeter. So this time we can choose the model is 3015 series.
Okay.
Yes, today we mainly to introduce the H series and HM series. Let's look the first model, SL3015 H series.
In the picture, you can see the this model. We can see very clearly this model have two exchange work tables, and it have protective cover.
Yes.
This is SAL3015H series video introduction. In the video, we can see this model can only cut sheet.
Yes, we also can the H series have the outside have protective.
Yes,
Yes.
protective cover.
Yes.
And this video show the workpiece, cutting workpiece.
Yes, if you have a workpiece and the thickness is very high, maybe you can choose the H series because the model usually to cut the thickness is very high.
Yes. And it suitable the power is more than 3 kilowatt.
Yes, we can see this is we can see to cut 20 millimeter brass. And this is our laser cutting machine to cutting 40 millimeter volume.
Because the workpiece, the thickness of workpiece is very high, so this model have the protective cover. It can protect the workers.
Yes.
And this is a workpiece. This workpiece is also cutting by the SAL3015H series.
So now we have know the most features about the H model. Is the model have double work table.
Yes.
And the machine outside have protective to protect the workpiece when the machine working. And we can see next, maybe next page. Yes, this picture we can see the model. This part have a door. We can open it and put on the piece, put on our workpiece on the bed.
Yes.
Here has another video about this model.
In the video, we can see this model. It can only cut sheet. Is also on this part.
Yes.
This device.
Yes, we can see again. We can see the two work table can can exchange.
Yes.
So we see that this part is double work table.
And this is also the difference of the this model and the SAL3015G series.
Yes, and we can see this part is about the system. We can make a drawing on the system, and the finished workpiece can make that.
Yes. This is 13 millimeters still this.
Stainless, yes, stainless steel, and 20 millimeter brass. $14 millimeter aluminum. And we can see the HCl rears the protective have a door, and we just have talked that the door can be opened. We can put our workpiece on the work table.
On the H series, it have a protective cover and exchange work tables, and it is suitable for the matching high power cutting is more than 3 kilowatt.
Yes.
If your workpiece is not very the thickness is not very high, we can and only cut sheet, and we can see also recommend the J series because the H series because it have the protective cover, so the price is more high.
Yes. Maybe our friends very rich.
Yes.
So this have a table to show the technical parameter about our SAL3015H series. The first is the working air is 3,000 millimeter to 1,500 millimeter, but the machine have exchange work table.
Yes.
And about x-axis stroke is 3,000 millimeter, and y-axis stroke is 1,500 millimeter, and about z-axis stroke is 365 millimeter. And another important is about the laser power. We can see the laser power can reach 10,000 watts. And if there is no annealing treatment, milling, grinding, and coating, shorting, blasting, sanding, and other treatments at 600 temperature, the quality of the machine is absolutely different. There may be no problems in the first year of use, but after 1 year or 3 years, the accuracy of the machine will be more lag, and the speed will decrease, and the contact surface of the processed workpiece will appear repels. So if you have a workpiece and the thickness is very high, maybe you can choose the model, because we can see the laser power can reach 10,000 watts.
Yes.
And another important is about the weight. The machine reached 8,000 kg. This is some details about the each models. This shows the guide. And this part shows the control panel. About our SEL3015H series, the control system is adopt zip cut. If you only if the laser power only have 1,000 or 2,000, you just need adopt the control system. We can recommend use hype cut. This is show the laser cutting machine's bed, and the bed is a pipe welding bed, welded by process, temperature annealing to reduce internal stress and deformation, stable and high efficiency. This is another lace bed in our factory. Later, we will introduce our factory that will show more about the
details.
Yes.
And as we all know, this model's lace bed is welding by 12 millimeters.
Yes.
Right. And the G series, the lace bed is welded by 6 millimeters.
Yes.
Right. And this is also the lace bed pictures. And our laser cutting machine, each one have the machine tracking number, and our machine is different. We can see the picture. This is the tracking number, and every machine can be marked different numbers.
Yes. So if you really want our laser cutting machine, but after 2 years the machine have some wrong, so you can we can according to the number to search the solution to help you.
Yes. And this is a laser hat, and for the laser hat, we have our only R&D center, and we made by ourselves. This is very important part for the laser cutting machine to work.
Yes, I remember we also have another warehouse in America.
Yes.
So if you come from America or Canada or Mexico, maybe you buy our laser cutting machine. It's more convenient to help you installation the machine, and after maybe after 2 years or 3 years, the machine have some parts needed to change. So you can just buy the parts from our warehouse from American. Now let's look a video about our laser head.
This video shows the laser cutting machine
to working.
Yes. This is a workpiece.
Yes. By the finished workpiece, we maybe we can know the quality about our laser head.
Yes.
And our laser head, the most have many advantage. Today we mainly to introduce our friends four advantages. The first is autofocus, and the second is watch calling, and the third is rapid lighting cutting, and the fourth is shining cutting technology.
Yes.
Here has another video.
This video shows the laser cutting machines working.
Yes, this is to cutting 0.4 millimeter copper. This is finished laser cutting machine inside and show the laser head.
This video shows the laser cutting machine fly cutting.
Yes.
I can see the laser head is very it can automatic focus. We also have another videos to show our laser cutting machine's laser head. This is cutting the 3 kilowatt, cutting 8 millimeters carbon steel. And it is also a self-cutting head.
And if you have another question, we also can show you our Rayleigh laser cutting machine in our factory by video call. And this part mainly to introduce our laser source. Also CAMPASS to produce laser to work. So we can provide RICOs and IPG.
And our standard is the recurse, and you can also choose the IPG and others, and for example the Max.
Yes.
But the IPG and Max is the price is different. It's more expensive than recurse.
Yes. And we can see the picture is our Ricos laser source 4,000 watts. And I remember this part is belong to our my friend. He come from Canada, and he buy a SL 3015 H series the last month. And this is 12,000 watts. Also is Ricos. This picture shows the IPG. Next, we will introduce our NIF directly mounted on the bed and avoid shaking. We can see the picture. Installation of the cutter blade dislocation insertion from installation not easy to loosen and fall off. And this is to introduce structural optimization, perfect integration of work table and bed. And this is also about the work table and bed. This is another very important part is stable beam. Our stable beam integral die casting beam, high precision, not easy to deform, and long life. So this advantages to make sure our laser cutting machine's quality.
Yes.
This also shows the stable beam. And this is pairing system, exhaust outlet, and push-pull partition smoke, and combined with upper and lower exhaust. Also show the details about the laser cutting machine. These two pictures is in the workshop in our factory. And we can see this is finished laser cutting machine.
And in our factory, we have many
stock
of the laser cutting machine.
Yes, so if our friends have a big order, so don't worry about the delivery. When time to delivery to you, we can make sure our inventory and stock to meet your need. And we can see this part inside about the each models. We can see this part have a miniature to and this part have a system. We can buy this part to watching the inside of the machine.
Yes, and according to this part, we can see the picture. This device, we can see the working the cutting workpiece of inside of the laser cutting machine. This part.
And next we will introduce our another very good models is SAL 3015HM series.
Yes.
Do you know the most different about H series and HM series?
Yes. The SAL 3015 H series, it have just we said it have protective cover and exchange work tables.
Yes.
And SAL, but this model can only cut sheet, and SAL 3015 HM it can only cut the sheet and but also it can cut the tube.
Yes.
And it also have the protective cover.
Yes, by this picture we can see the inside of the this model. We can see This part is specialized to cut tube or